Kite and Lightning have a well-earned reputation for quality VR shorts. Sensor Paizo, The Station and The Cave all remain fan favourites. I have to admit I was a little disappointed with the last release, a VR promotion for the movie Insurgent. However, their latest demo for the DK2 is a true return to form, demonstrating a number of powerful techniques all executed to an incredibly high standard.
And when relaxed, it generates slower alpha waves.
The forgettably named GE Neuro takes us on a tour of the brain of Ladytron keyboardist Ruben Wu. Every element of the tour is striking, although it has to be said that there are better demos available for actually learning about the insides of the human body, as there's a reasonably sized dollop of nonsense alongside the science on display here. Nonetheless, Neuro demonstrates some powerful techniques that could be used to create something extremely educational and perhaps even medically useful. Kite and Lightning clearly want to entertain first and foremost though. The experience opens with you standing in front of an incredibly lifelike, if static, photo scan of Ruben. A ghostly blue AI face appears to your right to talk you through the journey you're about to undertake. This guide turns to face you and even features some quite reasonable lip sync, which is always a treat in VR. Most imperfections in the animation of this head are masked by its translucent, otherworldly appearance, a smart design decision to evade the uncanny valley.
Ruben Wu. Go ahead, step in for a closer look. He won't mind.
Neuro offers more than just photo scans of Ruben though. You're also able to examine a real MRI scan of the musician. The scan is rendered in such a way that you can peer into it to see the MRI cross-section of the brain. This may be the least flashy part of the experience, but it's fascinating and arguably the bit most loaded with potential.
While we're moving. Okay, let's get going.
After a short preamble, we get shrunk down to a tiny size in order to physically enter Ruben's head. It's an exhilarating example of manipulating scale and does a great job of showcasing the skin detail of the Ruben photo scan.
Stimulating prefrontal cortex, entrance point activated.
An on-the-rails tour of Ruben's rather abstracted imagination sees you floating past orbs that become transparent upon gazing at them. They reveal motion-captured dancing mannequins performing a variety of different moves and inviting you to look all around. It's technically accomplished and makes for a captivating spectacle, but in the context of real MRI scans and lessons about neurons, it is also somewhat hokey.
The brain embodies its own complex rhythms. While each neuron has its own firing pattern, groups of neurons can synchronize to build a stronger and more efficient connection.
Less showy but arguably much more inspiring is the fireworks display of firing neurons that follows. I've seen one or two go inside the human brain experiences, but this segment of Neuro is easily the most beautiful one I've experienced.
New brain imaging technologies and collaborating with the world's best brain health researchers. Understanding the complexities of this 3-pound supercomputer is extremely challenging.
Once again, Kite and Lightning have demonstrated an ability to craft a highly memorable 10-minute experience using cutting-edge techniques and a strong creative vision, making it look easy. It doesn't have quite the same impact as Sensor Paizo, but that is mostly due to high expectations and the lack of a sweeping operatic score. Photo-scanned and motion-captured models feel like a better bet for the long term of VR than previous efforts with video-captured characters. GE Neuro gestures at the shape of things to come, and I'd highly recommend checking it out.
Like music, the brain embodies its
If you enjoyed this review, please hit like or subscribe.
has its own firing pattern. Groups of neurons